Yeah, take a look at this. Severe weather ripped through the upper Midwest yesterday. In fact, a tornado outbreak with more than 24 tornadoes reported. And at least 15 of those were in the Hawkeye State alone. Lynn County hit particularly hard. A reported tornado in Prairieville left one woman injured after her garage collapsed. And Jim, we could see, unfortunately, scenes like that again today. Already seeing some pretty nasty storms in Kansas.
Yes, some pretty nasty storms in Kansas City about to get wet. The good news is you're out of the severe thunderstorm, if you will, here just to the south of Emporia. So Coffee Line, Osage counties, you're in this. Look at this, just off to the west of Kansas City. We'll keep an eye on this. Sometimes when these gust out, they can spin a little bit, but right now it doesn't look too bad. So Americus, definitely looking at you for some storms. Burlingame about 6:07, so that's right on your doorstep. Burlington about 7:03, coming in as we go on in time. Heavy rain overnight last night. This is where we had a tornado in Marysville. We also had reports of cows floating across the road, of all things, in this part of the world. So we talked about this last week. What happens when you have an upper low forcing the jet stream, almost paralleling the surface boundary, and through here you get training of storms. Heavy rain, a big threat along this area today, in addition to the severe weather stuff.
All right, so let's talk about what we are going to see.
Morning, June 29, Thursday. Just after 7 a.m. and we're looking south. Take a look at the east over here. Swing back to the south. And we're coming around west now. This here would be due west. Expecting good storms later today. So I wanted to make sure I got out here and see what was going to happen. But folks, this is what we're looking like so far this morning. Stay tuned. Stay posted.
Their service and from Pierce County Sheriff's Department deputies that the trees really are the most of the damage that we're seeing. You can see how serious this is. I mean, these are not small trees. Look at the size of the roots on these trees, and that is pretty typical of what we're seeing after that tornado touchdown here last night around 4:30. It cut about a 10-mile swath through western Wisconsin. Cities like Ellsworth and Martell hard hit. Spring Valley also hit. You can see we're at a farmstead, and this is a lot of where the damage is in these rural areas here in western Wisconsin. So again, this pretty typical, although there were damages to homes, to barns. In fact, the injury that happened here was a young man who was in a barn and received a concussion after being hit by some debris. So there was one injury. Thankfully, no other injuries, no deaths in this tornado last night. As you said, the National Weather Service will be surveying the damage today. Pierce County deputies also going door to door to make sure everybody's okay. But so far, Stephanie, we've heard that a lot of people really were well prepared because they got an alert on their cell phone and it gave them enough time to take cover. So thankfully, a lot of damage here, but no injuries other than that concussion as we're hearing stuff.
That's where it's at, Janelle. Appreciate it. Let's have a look at where you might be getting that buzz or that ping on your cell phone again today, anywhere from Dodge City, Wichita, Kansas City, Omaha, all the way over actually into portions of Michigan and Indiana. Now, is this going to muddle the atmosphere? Yeah, a little bit, but there's dry air just to the south of this. So the dry air mixing in with that moist air could give us a threat for hail as we head throughout the day today. Are we going to see as big of a tornado threat? I don't think we're going to see as big of a tornado threat, but I do think that hail will pop out of these, and of course, very heavy rainfall because everything's kind of going right over the same areas along that front. So damaging winds, that could be an issue. Southern Iowa on into Missouri and Kansas. Hail could be high as well. So make sure if you are taking pictures, you do it inside so that you don't get hurt. Paul, let's talk about the timing of these storms.